How's it going, everybody? It's Matt Rasmussen with Conklin, Fangman, Buick, Cadillac, GMC in downtown Kansas City. Hope everybody's having a great day today. I know I sure am. We just got our first 2020 2500 HD Denali dropped off here at the store, and I kind of want to do a walk around on it. There's not a whole lot of information out here on these trucks yet, so we're going to do a real thorough walk around just because these are very sparse right now as far as what's hitting the ground, especially in the mid United States. So we're going to take a look at this truck, walk around. This is about as fully loaded as you can get one of these trucks. At MSRP's out at $78,000. So we'll walk through that. I'll go over the window sticker, what options the truck has, but I'm really excited because they made some phenomenal changes on this truck that I think everybody who's owned one of the diesel trucks or is looking at switching brands to one of these trucks is really going to love. So we'll take a look at it and go over everything in depth. Feel free to comment any questions down below. I'd love to answer anything with you. And like always, we do sell all across the United States. So if you are out of state and you are interested in picking up a truck with us, we would be glad to help you out and fulfill that for you. So without further ado, let's take a look at the truck. So like I said in the intro of the video, this is a 2020 2500 HD Denali with a Duramax and the Allison transmission in it. So this is going to be a spectacular truck. This is the most commonly sold one that we have down here at the store. So we're really excited to have this one hit the ground. It's optioned pretty much with every option in the book on it. So we're really excited to see that. But on the outside, you'll see that it is a onyx black color. Inside is going to be jet black as well. Now, this particular truck, being that it has all the options on it, this does have the 20-inch polished aluminum wheels. We'll take a little bit closer look at that here in a second. So this is a truck that we've been waiting on for a very long time. They told us it shipped about a month ago, and here we sit. Just got here about 15 minutes ago. So we'll get into all the little nitty-gritty stuff here in a second, but I did turn the lights on for the point of this video. So you can see the LEDs in the rear as well as LEDs in the front as well. And something to note, at nighttime, this truck does have cornering lights in the wheel well arches. They are not reflectors, they are actual lights. Looks very fantastic at nighttime. So this truck is loaded up as you can get it. You are going to have the tube steps on the side of it that are finished off in a full chrome to match the chrome little accents around the truck. It being a Denali package, of course you have your Denali grill up front. You see a little bit of flicker in the LEDs just because the camera cannot pick them up fast enough. LEDs pretty much all the way around, all around the headlights themselves. They're all LEDs as far as lights in the headlights, and the fog lights are LEDs as well. And if you look close enough, just like the last years, you do have parking sensors in the front bumper to let you know when you're getting close to something. And then this one in particular does not have the tow hooks on it at this moment, but big hood scoop that we saw revealed on the 2018 trucks when they came out with the L5P motor. So that is kind of hidden itself a little bit on this truck. It's not quite as pronounced, but I think they did a phenomenal job. The diesel trucks will have a functioning hood scoop, where the gas trucks do not have a functioning hood scoop, but they still have the hood scoop in the hood. So walking around, huge truck. First of all, they did lift this up about 2 inches over the last body style, and let me tell you, it is massive. So went through the car wash with this one, and I think we're probably going to have to get a bigger car wash if these trucks get any bigger. 20-inch wheels on this one in particular. We do have the Goodyear Wrangler tires on there, so it is a little bit more of a aggressive AT tread. This does have Z71 as well, so you do have Rancho shocks on it to complete the look all the way around. A little bit heavier setup. You do get the skid plates. Now here is something, I'm going to point out this area on the exterior of the truck. This is brand new right here. It is a auxiliary step to get into the bedside here. Looks phenomenal. It is very functional, and it's about the right height for anybody who is normal height, who's going to be standing in that bed getting something out of a toolbox, or if you have a bed cover and you keep stuff at the front. that is also perfect for that as well. Now, looking in here, ta-da, they finally did it. So gone are the days of having your DEF fluid up under the hood with the tank hanging down on the side. You now can do diesel and DEF in the same spot. So that is a awesome upgrade here. No more tank hanging down on the passenger side. Makes the truck look a lot better, and it's way more functional. In the back, like they did on the half tons, they did up the size in the rear bumper for the footstep there. Of course, parking sensors in the rear. Now something, if you've been checking out the half-ton trucks, it's gonna be very similar, but I do want to pinpoint this on this truck. You do have the pro grade tailgate on here. So obviously opens up just like a normal tailgate, but you do get a little bit of a stop here for if you have something in the bed that's just a little bit longer. You can flip that up and have a little bit better auxiliary space there. Now that is your configurations with the tailgate down. Now we put it back up here. So this is going to be the top part. We're going to see a couple more configurations here. So this is going to give you kind of a workspace to work off of when you're doing some paperwork, working out of the truck. This is a nice level area. I'm about 6'1", and it comes out about mid-chest for me. So it'd be kind of perfect for writing any kind of invoices or anything like that. Similar to when the tailgate is down, flip this up, and then you have a little bit more bed space here. You gain about a foot and a half maybe of extra bed space should you have something a little bit longer. Now we'll flip this all the way back up and go down with the tailgate for the last configurations here. So this one's actually really nice. I do like this one, especially with being a 2500 truck. The beds are a little bit longer on these, so this is designed where you can walk up and get even a little bit further into the truck bed. So with the 2500 in particular, this one does have the fifth wheel hitch prep package already in it. So the nice thing about this is if you need to lock in your hitch pin, trailer's all hooked up, most people can probably reach that from here. If not, you can hit that step on the side of the bed and get to that. Now the last configuration here is going to be the step itself in the bed. So you have this nice, pretty much full tailgate length step that comes into here. It will support up to, I believe, 400 pounds on this. Yeah, 375, so pretty close to 400 pounds on this. And then they also give you a very nice handle to come out the side here, help you get up in the truck bed a little bit easier as well. So that was a fantastic move on GMC's part. I do like to see that crossing platforms from the half-ton to the 2500. Now, something to also note here, being that this one does have the fifth wheel prep package in it, you're going to see connections for trailers, and then also you're going to have connections for your cameraing system and everything as well on the side here. Now, if you look at the other side, there is a full 120 volt house jack over here, which you can turn on inside the truck, and it will give you a green light there to let you know that it's on. And like the 1500s, they did move the LEDs inside the bed to the back corners of the bed. It now covers pretty much everything that you're going to want to cover inside the bed, should you have a tonneau cover or something like that on it. But last thing I'll pinpoint out here is going to be the bed has gotten wider on the inside length, or inside width. So as you see, if I was to compare this to the previous model truck, we probably gained about 2 or 3 inches on either side as far as width here. So that is a great move on GMC's part. That puts us into the top box space in our category, so that is very nice to see. So moving around, we do have the same exhaust exit location and exhaust that we had on the previous trucks. A lot of the same stuff going down the side of this truck as well. We did get new nameplates up here, which do signify what the truck is. We do have a Duramax 6.6 liter Allison transmission, which the Allison has changed on this truck. So still rocking the L5P motor at this point in this one. So that comes out to about 495 horsepower and almost 1,000 foot-pounds of torque in this truck. But now it is mated to a 10-speed Allison transmission which means you're going to keep that power and the torque band much better on this truck. So walking around the passenger side, we'll go ahead and hop inside now. First thing you'll notice, handles. They now have the keyless entry handles on these trucks. So gone are the days of the key and fob. It is all fob with the keyless entry system. So button on all four corners as well. Very nice to see here from GMC. Coming into the back of the truck here, and I do have the window stickers, so we will make it around to that side. But in the back of the truck, this is jet black interior. The camera tends to pick it up a little bit different when it is really sunny out. So in the back, you'll see on either side, we're gonna have these pull tabs on the passenger and driver's side of the rear seat. There is additional storage tucked away in here. So they did a good job of using the back of the seat to free up a little bit of extra space that you may be able to put some tie down, some cables, stuff like that. Looking forward here, you are going to see we do have rear heated seats, a cigarette lighter plug, also two USBs, one USB and one USB-C, AC and heat vents for the rear passengers back here, and that is about it for the rear side of the console. Nice map pockets on either side of the back seats. Now under the seat, you're going to see that they do give you a little bit of a tray to go up underneath the back seat of these trucks. So that is new for the 2020 trucks. You do also have your jack and your tools and everything on the other side, but it is nice to see them come out with a cargo area where you can put a little bit of storage if you need to. Door panels, very similar to the 1500. GM keeping it with the cup holders right here in the side panel, cup holders on the top of the seat up there, and then if I can get this undone, we do have more cup holders in the rear seat here as well. So total of 6 cup holders in the back, 2, and then either door has 1 as well, totaling 6. Moving on up to the front side, you're going to see both on the Denali package, both seats up front are powered, so you do have full power adjustment here. Dual glove boxes, like GMC has always been known for ever since the 14 body style, and even before that as well. The radio and everything we'll get into on the driver's side. It's got some bells and whistles you guys are going to love. But coming along the side, front door panels, very similar to 1500 as well, except we're going to pick up a bottle spot in the front. I guess what you could call a bottle spot in the far front as well. So cup holders in the front middle console there, and then you're also going to have some more cup holders here in the door that are specified for bottle use. Coming around to the driver's side of the truck. So on the driver's side, you're going to see, as far as the seats go, you are going to have a very nice leather seat with Denali embossed in the headrest as well. Full leather coming down, and it is a very nice, I would say a little bit softer than the previous body style seats. All perforated because you do have heated and cooled seats on this truck. Now on the exterior door panel here, we're going to see, keeping it real with the 1 and 2 memory seats, which are tied to the key fob, easy exit seat. Now this is something that has changed on these trucks, which I'm really excited for. The middle button here now power extends your towing mirrors. So they will extend out on both sides power. And the nicest thing about that, we did not lose our power fold option as well. So you do have power folding mirrors here on either side for the driver and passenger side. Phenomenal to see that from GMC on the new body style change. So we're gonna go ahead and start this truck up here. So first thing you're gonna notice, the driver information center in between your gauge clusters has changed a little bit.
Songs to sip on.
Sorry about that, I was jamming out. But the driver instrument cluster has changed a little bit versus the last body. We did see a very similar size infotainment, or not really infotainment system, but gauge cluster center layout here to the last truck, but they made it a little bit better seeing that there is different things that you can put up here, and everything seems to be organized a little bit better. So going across the top, you're going to have in the left corner speed limit sign. Will tell you the speed limit if you're on a marked road. Then you're going down to the gauges. You're going to have oil pressure, coolant level, fuel of course, and battery as well. Also indicates if you're in 2-wheel, 4-wheel on this truck, or even in the auto position. Center little speedometer up there is going to signify what the speed limit is set, and the speed limit is on and ready to be set at this moment. Now coming down below that, you're going to see what's called the home screen on this truck. Home screen on this truck actually will give you the mile per hour, distance till empty, that's what the 100 miles is right underneath it, and then you do have a speed limit sign. Now pretty much all throughout all the screens, you're going to have your compass in the left corner, actual mileage on the truck at 21 right there in the middle, and then what gear you're in. In this instance, we are in park. You're also going to see on the far right side below the mile per hour, right where you see the seatbelt sign, that it does have park, reverse, neutral drive as well for the truck. So a lot of information here. You do have some other screens. So this one's going to have a little bit more information. Tripometer 1, tripometer 2, oil life, tire pressures all the way around, air filter check, brake pad check, fuel economy. This will average out for the last 50 miles, so this is nice. You can change that to average more on the 100, 150 mile if you would like. Fuel filter, and the geometry of the truck. So right now we're sitting on a pretty even grade, so nothing's changed there, but it is kind of nice to see that with the Z71 package. DEF fluid, this truck is waiting to go through PDI, so we're going to top that off, make sure that's full. Options, and then we're back up to the tripometer screen. And if you guys are wondering how I do all this, this on the steering wheel has changed with the 4-way movement here. So these are still going to be buttons on either side to flip through the different screens up here, left and right. Now, once you get in here, I'm going to try to show these both at the same time. Rolling this up and down is going to change your different screens up there. It is nice to see. I do like that a little bit better than the old body style because these buttons seem to be a little bit harder. I think they're going to hold up against being worked a little bit more. So very nice to see. Up here in the middle screen, audio of course, navigation, phone, and then more of your settings. You can throw info pages and stuff up there if you would like. Coming over to the left side, you're going to see your drive mode type. So up here you're going to be able to switch on your trailer mode and everything like that. Down below it is a push 4-wheel drive system, so auto, 2 high, 4 high, 4 low, fog lights, cargo lights, all of your interior dimmers, and then your interior lights as well up here. Steering wheel, not much has changed on here except for the actual look of the vehicle. Cruise control still on this side. Forward collision alert up here. Heated steering wheel, very useful in Kansas City in the wintertime. Voice commands, hang up. And then we already talked about the 4-way compass here. Horn still in the middle of the steering wheel. Now on the actual turn indicator switch over here, everything is about the same, except you're going to add a little button here on the end for the auto high beams. So very nice to see they're throwing those on the 2500s now. Now the last thing we'll kind of look up here is, it appears to be flashing, that's just how it comes up on the camera, but this does have a heads-up display, which is the first time on the 2500s we're able to see that. So you're going to have geometry with speedometer and speed limit sign, speed limit with speed limit sign, and this is going to tell you how far you are away from the vehicle in front of you, what your gap set, all of that stuff as well. So very nice to see that on the 2500 trucks. Infotainment, we still are on the GM IntelliLink system here, which is very nice. Now it has made a update from the previous model 2500 trucks. It is much smoother now in operation, much easier to hook up phones, and the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay have been improved, so they work very well. Now looking down here, there's no more CD player in these trucks. So no CD slot in this one right here. Dual climate zone, pretty standard there. heated and cooled seats make an appearance in a different position than they did on the previous model. Now coming down here below, a lot of these switches are going to look very similar to what we had before. There's going to be a couple of them that I'll point out are just a little bit different. Button to open your tailgate up and down. Button to turn on the power points in the vehicle. So there is buttons now for that. Everything else is very similar to what you've seen on the truck before. Exhaust brake, lane keep alert, hazard lights, parking sensors, traction control, and then on the right side, hill descent control for the Z71 package. Now, we do have a integrated trailer brake controller, which has moved from the previous body where it was on the left side of the steering wheel there. More power points, 2 more USBs, a 12-volt power plug, and then a full 120-volt house jack over here as well. Wireless charging mat in these trucks have changed from the previous gen. It is a very, very nice charging mat now. I do have the iPhone XR and it fits perfect in there. Charges very well. So very nice to see. If you have iPhone 8 Plus, it'll fit very nicely even with an oversized case like an OtterBox in there. And we're finding typically those do charge in these trucks as well. So coming down to the center console, what you know from GMC, very big center console here. Gonna have 2 more USB points at the front up there, an auxiliary, and then you do have the SD card slot for the navigation here, which this truck does have built in. So being that this is a fully loaded truck, we are going to have a full sunroof up here. It is slightly larger than your standard sunroof, but very nice to see on these trucks. All of the controls for those, so you're gonna have slider for the sunroof up there, rear power window, and then tilting for the sunroof as well. We're gonna see all of our OnStar controls there, built-in garage door opener, and then of course map lights and everything like that are up there as well. Now let's talk about a little bit of the elephant in the room on this truck, which is the camera system. So this truck does have a wide variety of cameras on it, pretty much covering about every spot in the vehicle. So we'll notice right under here there's a tab that turns into a full-time video rear view mirror here. So it is a mirror that is up to date with what's going on around you. Now the big thing about this, if you notice to when it's flipped off, you still got to see through the seats and stuff in the back. Now flipping it on, it goes right off the camera that's mounted above the third brake light. So you're able to see pretty much everything out the back of the truck. And I tend to find, even with this having the new blind spot monitoring system in the mirrors, typically I can see a portion of the vehicle that's next to me that's showing up in the blind spot monitoring with this system. So very nice to see. You do have adjustments for brightness, zoom, and angle of the rearview mirror as well, so you can kind of customize it. If you got something in the back of the truck that's kind of in a little bit of the camera space, you can adjust that accordingly. You do have a nice tray up here as well. Now the rear view cameras, I'm going to get to that here in a second. I've got to go put the tailgate up so we can take a look at those, but I will be back in just a second and we will do that. All right, and we are back from putting the tailgate up here, so we'll take a look at the cameras around the vehicle. We're gonna go ahead and put this into reverse here. So you will see that you do have a 360 camera system on this truck, which is gonna show up in the left screen here. And then you also do have backup camera, and it will double as a screen for the front camera as well. Like all the trucks, when you move the steering wheel, it does move your lines there to adjust accordingly on where the truck is going to end up. Now here's something very new on these trucks. You're gonna see down here, you're gonna have some different camera configurations. So the one on this side is going to be flipping between the rear camera and the front camera. You're also going to have a front zoomed view, great for parking spaces, and then also a rear zoomed view, great for backing into parking spaces. 360 camera from the front. Also, you're going to have the views to view your wheels. This is great for if you back into parking spaces here. You're not hitting those wheels up against something there. Front view, This you can turn off the surround vision. And then the last part here is if you hook up trailer cameras, if you tow a trailer on a regular basis, you're going to be able to put cameras on there, and you can monitor through the camera system on the trailer as well. So very cool to see that integrated here. But all in all, the cameras are very, very HD, great color. They're actually pretty great at nighttime as well. It's always been a concern of mine is when it gets dark outside, sometimes they lose a little bit of the quality on the picture. So good to see that GM's taking care of us on those. But we're gonna move to the window sticker now, and we'll take a look at that and just go through everything. So that polishes off the walk around video on the truck. I'm sure I've missed a little bit of stuff, but I don't want to overwhelm everybody when they're watching their first vehicle video on this. But any questions you guys got, our store number is 816-756-3300. I'm also going to link my email below. Any inquiries, if you'd like to see more on this truck, even purchase one, we are getting several of these in, and they're going to start coming in quicker and quicker. So I'd love to facilitate on that as well. But any questions you guys got, I'd be happy to answer them.